My name is Annette Kelly. I hail from County Tyrone. Any Tyrone people in the building? Save the numbers. This is my second Think Network event speaking, and it's always a pleasure to be invited to speak anywhere, because it was a stage in my life that I didn't think that I would be able to speak and share my knowledge because of my culture accent. I'm not even joking, I forgot my translator the night, but hopefully you can understand me alright. But honestly, I only thought speakers were, like posh and from the city. And that was a limiting belief on my behalf, because we're all speakers, we all have a story. We all have the ability to share a message, each and every person. Whether you're sitting here spectating and you might look at me and think, well, I could never get up there and speak. That definitely is a limiting belief, but what you can instill in yourself is self-belief that everyone has a voice and a tongue in their head. And the thing is, when it comes to speaking, I'm very passionate about my message, and I can go off on one, so that's why I've written down a few notes here. But in regards to the theme tonight, self-belief. So self-belief, it's a term thrown about there at the minute. Believe in yourself. You know what I mean? Like we've seen the memes, we've seen the quotes on Instagram, them little quote pages, Little penny thoughts. I didn't even mention little penny thoughts. Who's your blade? Also, it's Instagram versus reality. Little penny thoughts was born out of serious lack of belief. In fact, the reason why it's called Little Penny Thoughts and not Little Annette Thoughts is because I went undercover. I was ashamed of, my passion for mental health and feelings and thoughts, because I come from a small village. It's a deadly wee village, but it's a bit like Emmerdale. You keep her low through your bow. You just, do you know what I mean? You don't raise your head because you don't do anything different. So at the time, Little Penny Thoughts was born, shall we say? Because it's the only baby I have, but I was a teacher, and I felt as I was the talk of the staff room, which I was, and I might have, overheard a conversation to hear what your grade and P4's at. This page on Instagram, but that fed into my paranoia and lack of self-belief. I'm so glad I didn't listen, but at the time I was listening, and it was sinking into me that, why am I letting other people stop me from believing myself? And they're not intentionally doing it, but if you allow the actions and the words of others to stop your passion, to stop your purpose, you get blocked, and we often do it. We put our belief in other people's hands, or our hands every single day, and that's a very generic statement, but from me as a people pleaser, still am one, I aim to please other people all the time, because if they're not happy, then I'm not happy. It's a personality trait of mine, and I think it stemmed from my parents, because Daddy's always that type of person, just help others, don't offend anybody, keep her low type of thing. But when I stepped out of that limiting belief that you're just here to please other people as long as they're happy, that's not how I live. If I'm happy, other people will be happy, and it's not my responsibility to make other people happy. However, it's my responsibility to make myself happy. And this stems back to self-belief. And the word self, it was self-explanatory. You cannot, other people will not validate you. You cannot get your belief from other people. No matter how many taps in the back that you may get, no matter how many likes on the old gram for validation, no matter how many times someone tells you, you're great or doing a good job, and that's important. Encouragement is powerful. However, turn that torch within yourself, encourage yourself, give yourself a wee pat on the back. When we did that in primary school. You know what? Actually, I want to go put the teacher head back on. Give yourself a wee pat on the back then. Right? Pat yourself on the back, because you know what? Even coming here the night, a Friday night, and this is how far we have come when it comes to personal development. And it's men like you, alright, that's leading the way, making this accessible for all. Like, talking about our feelings, emotions, and what a serious topic is self-belief. If self-doubt is crippling, and the reason why I know it's crippling is because I suffered from self-doubt 7 days out of the week, but I challenge those thoughts every day, and that's what I'm so grateful that I went through cognitive behaviour therapy, CBT, that helped me challenge those thoughts, that told me that I was a piece of, can I say crap? Piece of crap? No, that told me that I was useless, told me I'd never amount to anyone, told me that I was a useless teacher, told me that I will never be a wife, I'll never be a mother, you'll never make any of yourself. Now, no one else said this to me. Those were not the words of anyone else, but were my words, my inner critic. If you were here the last time, I probably introduced you to my inner critic, and if you've been at any of my talks before, you know my inner critic's called Geraldine. And she, sorry if I'm called Geraldine, apologies. But even driving up here the night, Geraldine reared her ugly head, and she was out in full force the night, telling me, oh, you're not very prepared tonight, are you, Annette? I said, not today, Geraldine. You know? I think, yeah, you know. But honestly, I challenged that thought that I wasn't prepared, that I couldn't deliver a message, because I can. And you can too. And sometimes you have to tell yourself, even though you don't believe it, I can, I will, I can, I will. I'll do my best, I'll do my best. But instead of saying that you can't, and you won't, and this and that, our thoughts are so powerful. They dictate everything. Your feelings, your actions, your emotions. I want you to ask yourself a question. What is the quality of your thoughts like on a daily basis? Now, some people say to me that you're so positive all the time. Let me tell you something, I claw for it. I claw for the optimism. I claw for that. I claw to give myself a break in terms of the inner chatter. And there's things that will put me off track, but I'll always come back to, you know, as Jude said about fear, you know, false evidence appearing real. Do you ever spin yourself a wee story and believe it? You know, if I have a missed call on my phone from my dad, oh, I'm planning the wake, like. Do you know what I mean? Well, it's alright, the dominance is there. I have made up, total orchestrated a thought, and like, Daddy's like, God's turn, I can't ring you. I was like, no, but I didn't answer and I rang you back. He's like, you know I'm not here. You know, just text me or whatever, but I was like, you know, I just panic, but I'm trying to train my brain not to think like that, because it's not healthy. But we're a work in progress, and as I say, I'm not perfect, but there's not one person in this earth that I know is perfect. We're all perfectly imperfect, we all have our flaws, but guess what, we're trying to work on ourselves and we're doing our best, and even being here tonight, it's just a credit to you, and I really do mean that, because I'm sure some people were quite nervous maybe coming here tonight, maybe some people were dragged. Am I joking? But honestly, like, making time for yourself, this is the best investment that you can do, is things like this, you know, education, informing yourself, learning about yourself, going back to, you know, self-belief. You know, confidence is key, and where does it come from? My confidence would have come from my past experiences, my childhood. I was very blessed with a very happy childhood. I know that's not the case for everyone, but I do feel confident because I feel secure in my home, and that's where my personal confidence comes from. It comes from having that belief that you are capable, even when your head tries to tell you different. Your head tries to trick you into thinking that you can't achieve certain things. Going back to self-belief, it's knowing who you are. You know, I only actually, when I hit 30, there's no gasps there. Let's hit that again. When I hit 30, yeah, look, go even better, 33. When I hit, nice chill and give you a tenner later. Us children, people, Holly and stick together. When I hit my 30s, that's when I actually started. Do you know what, Annette? What? Why are you caring so much what all people think of me? They're not even thinking of you, they're thinking of what they're having for dinner that day. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes we think that the world revolves around ourselves, and, you know, newsflash, Annette, it doesn't. My brother used to say to me, oh, it's the Annette show. Pull up a seat when we're having the crack, like, and I used to call it the Paul show. But honestly, sometimes when you stop taking yourself so serious, that's when you start to believe in yourself that wee bit more. I know that's an ideal world, but I would say I was peak confident when I was 7. Not a hoot did I give. Not one, run around the fields, this time of year I'd be looking for my tree hut. And then you'd hear Mummy bellowing across the fields, come in for your dinner. No chance. I was, looking for my tree hut, and there was dirt in my nails and not a care, wispy hair, and just loving life. But that's all right. But we have to grow up sometimes, even though I don't really want to. But and you hit the nail on the head about your confidence eroding when you get older. Honestly, like, why? If we're trying to teach our children, to believe in yourself and do your best, well, turn that on you. If you're a parent, or if you're a teacher, if you're an auntie, uncle, whatever, turn that advice you're giving to that wee child on you, because our wee kid is still within us. I can see Annette, and I can see Annette at 7, and the 7-year-old Annette looks very like the 33-year-old Annette today, and I'm proud to say that, because I've come through a stage of not caring so much what other people think. I know what I'm about now. I believe in my potential. Not every day, but most days I believe in my potential. And I'll not allow self-doubt to cripple me anymore. And what I will do is I'll use self-belief as a weapon. It's a powerful weapon, and you can use it for good. And what I try and do is use it for good. I don't care what people think of me in my quotes. In fact, I get a wee bit of a kick out of this rolling. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I really do, because I don't take it serious. It's perception. It's grand, don't bother. You think I'm a dose. So do I sometimes. So sometimes you have to just unclench the jaw, relax, and just start cutting yourself a wee bit of slack. My pain would have led me to my passion, and I truly believe that I've found my purpose. I'm not romanticising it. I'll not say my mental health journey. I'm not sensationalising it either. It was very painful, very difficult. I can see a lot of heads nodding, because either you've been there yourself or you've supported a loved one through it. But I rebuilt my life by hitting rock bottom. So the thing about self-belief, I had it when I was younger, lost it in my 20s, but regained it in my 30s. So you can lose things but regain them, and the likes of self-belief there, it can be taught, but it can't be bought. So like, say I'm the first on the dance floor on a night out, my friends are like, oh, I need a drink before I go on the dance floor, and I'm like, no, you don't, you think you do, but you don't, but then no, I do. But that's their belief. But it's a lack of self-belief, maybe worrying what other people think, getting in the way of just dancing. No one cares. No one cares. You're just maybe a passing comment, or like, oh, look at her having a good time, or whatever. So, just to finish off here, your thoughts, your words, and your actions are all a product of your belief within yourself, right? And just going back to that comment that people can tell you this and tell you that, they can build you up or rip you down, but if you wear your self-belief like armour, then it doesn't really affect you. Daddy once said to me, don't take criticism to heart, and also don't take compliments to the head. And I live by that. So if someone, criticises me, that's their opinion, that's fine. But if someone is boosting me up, it'll not go in my head either, because at the end of the day, you have to remain very humble in this world, no matter what your situation is in life. I got introduced into a talk one time, and she's 500,000 followers. She gave it up, she's 500,000 followers. And I just said, that is the least interesting thing about me. What has society come to that now people are introduced by following? Don't follow me, I don't know the way. It's true, and that's what I like to try and teach, younger people as well. Please don't let the online world or perception or numbers really dictate the person that you are, because you're so much more than that. You're more than your weight, you're more than your bank account, you're more than your social media following. As Granny says, that's dangerous, shut that down. But honestly, Granny doesn't have a clue about this world, and that's why we get on so well. I think I was actually born in the wrong era, sorry. But honestly, I'm very, very grateful from a platform, but if we take away the numbers, I'd be even happier. So I stand here today, and and I feel confident. Okay, I feel confident to speak. I feel as if I'm amongst friends, even though we're strangers. I feel very comfortable chatting, just a wee snippet of my story. I don't feel judged because I flipped the script. Instead of thinking, people are thinking this of me, I'm not thinking anything. I'm just hoping you got maybe a wee something from my talk today. And I'll leave you with this closing remark. There will be enough people in this world that won't see your worth. Please, 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 don't let it be you. Thanks so much.